Hey everyone, I'm Sparky and welcome to Sparky's Grow Room. I'm excited to get going at showing you how to start some seeds and just going over a few basic procedures and some really simple pieces of equipment. This is a standard seed tray that you can get at any grow store or nursery, and inside of it I've got the Grodan insert that goes along with these rock wool cubes. And this is just like a spun volcanic material that is designed in such a way that when it's compressed, it really holds the right amount of moisture and oxygen, so it's great for wicking up nutrient solution. And as you can see here, each little cube, which can be broken off into making individual cubes like this, has a little divot inside, and that's where you can put a seed. Okay, now this whole grow tray is put on top of what I think is a really great investment. It is a heat mat for starting your seeds. And there are different brands out there. I like this particular Vivosun one because it is hooked up to a thermostat, and you can control the temperature that you want your seeds germinating at, which is about 80 degrees. So once it gets all up and running and there's mass in here with grow solution and there's a lid on top of it, that will gradually climb to 80 degrees, which is just about ideal. Now, if you don't have that, you can certainly put seeds inside of, say, a wet paper towel, I should say damp paper towel, and set it someplace warm, like on top of a refrigerator. That's what I did for years. You definitely don't want to put it somewhere hot, like say a heating pad on low is way too hot. You will fry your seeds. Now, just to cover a couple more things, I've got some strips of just the cheapest possible LED strip lights that are going to go on top of this chamber here where we're going to start our seeds. And on top of all of this, oh, by the way, I have those really cheap ones because they were just given to me, so the price was right. So on top of that, I've got a humidity dome. Now, it's really important that you keep nice, stable, moist humidity and warm temperatures to get your seeds started off right. Okay, everyone, this is a bucket pre-mixed with my seedling nutrient solution. You can choose whatever you want to provide a mild level of nutrition for your seedlings, but let me just caution you, never go full strength at what the manufacturers say. My recommendation is to go at about a quarter strength. Now, the other thing that you really should do, if you have the ability to do so, is not just use straight tap water. You want to take your tap water and then measure the pH. Okay, now the strength of this is set up to be an EC of about 0.6, which is a little strong for seedlings, but I'm thinking it's going to be just fine. And then it's pH to right around 6.1. Okay, and the first thing we've got to do is take our rock wool cubes. These are these A-OK cubes coming from Grodan, and we've got to soak these and get them pH'd and buffered right there. And when they stop absorbing air, they are ready for seeds. So that will be our next step. By the way, I'm just soaking a whole bunch of them because in addition to this grow off, I'm also going to be germinating a bunch of tomato and pepper seeds because they are delicious. Okay, everyone, so I've got the rock wool plugs, these being the Grodan A-OK plugs. They've been saturated in a weak seedling nutrient solution, and they've been pH to 6.1, 6.2, and we're ready to get these seeds off for germinating. And these Runstone Cowboy seeds sent by Seedsman are absolutely massive. They are just huge, healthy seeds. Now, here's what I do. Whether I'm planting in these plugs like this or in the soil, I tend to put the seed in sideways, because if you accidentally get it upside down, yes, the seed will right itself with its taproot pulling itself downward, but that takes a lot of energy. So what I do is I just put the seed in sideways, and using a toothpick, you just want to tap it in there just below the surface. You don't want it in too deep. That's one of the main errors that a lot of newbies make, is they put it in way too deep. And I'm just going to cover it up there with some rock wool fibers to keep it nice and moist. And hopefully in 24 to 48 hours, we'll see a seedling sprout from right there. Going to do the same thing over here. Do the second seedling because I'm going to grow 2. It's already laying in there sideways. Just going to barely push it down below the surface of the fibers. And I'm just going to cover that up lightly. And again, the idea here is just to keep it moist. And that's going to kickstart it. Wake it up in a warm, moist environment so that we can have a seedling growing. Hope you'll check back. Thanks for stopping by.